I remember I heard back in the day, being nice was naive, right? Well, you be nice to people who deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, you be nice to people who support you. You give your energy to people who give their energy to you. Ultimately, it's going to weed your life out. Things are always moving around. Life is always taking place. But when you think you're not important, you start judging the aspect of how things should serve you in that aspect because you feel you're not important. Where does that even come from? Subsequently, it has to come from a stability. Like you have to have that built inside of you, then you carry that with you when you go places. We have a responsibility to be the strength in the backbone so the backbone can grow and be strong. My grandfather used to say to me, "You ain't got a back, you got a gristle." He'd be like, "Grandpa, my back hurt. I don't want to do no more work." He'd be like, "You ain't got a back, you got a gristle." But I would watch him, right? And he'd take the axe and he'd be hitting the wood. He'd be like, "Ah!" He'd yell. His roar was so loud. You know what I'm saying? It was heavy and deep, and it would like shake outside. You would hear it like he'd be like, "Ah!" He dropped the axe into it. You know what I mean? And I would go with him early in the morning sometimes. You know what I mean? He had these rough ass boots on, big ass rough boots on. He'd go up in the woods and like with his truck, be like, "Where we going?" Thinking we going somewhere. We just driving mad far on his land. You know what I'm saying? Like, "Where we going?" He like, "Where we going?" He like, "Where we going?" We ain't going nowhere. I'm like, "We going somewhere. We far." As a kid, right? You don't equate shit, right? I'm like, we far. And you know what I mean? Whatever. Be in the woods. He got people out there in the woods working. He get his chainsaw, big chainsaw, chop a big tree down. Boom, move out the way. Get over there. Big ass tree. Boom. Chop it up. And then he get the pieces he want and he split them up into pieces. And I'll be like, "Give me an axe, Grandpa, I can do it." He'd be like, "You gonna cut yourself?" I'm like, "No, I'm not, I can do it." So I get the little small, he'll cut me the small logs, like this big. I'll be busting them up. Mom, with a hatchet, right? He'd be watching me and shit, make sure I don't cut myself. He couldn't tell me I was, he couldn't tell me I wasn't getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't tell me I was like, just eating on that. I thought I was like my grandfather. Yeah, but he taught us, he taught me strength and consistency to build strength. You know what I'm saying? That shit started when I was 5. You know what I mean? Like 5. Literally. My grandfather had a farm. I'm getting off track, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting way off track. Yeah, I kind of do that sometimes when I be jumping on stories or whatever that got a piece of knowledge in it. Like I start like leaning into the whole that time frame. Like I just go back into time because I'm grabbing onto a memory that got a piece of knowledge, right? So I end up going back into time and now I'm seeing the whole time. So then instead of me telling the piece of knowledge, I get mixed up and start telling the story. Oh no, I do that shit a lot, but then I've been training myself like just to take it out and put it and place it and stay on it. But it'd be hard because the mind still be attached to the thing, and so it's like you attach and detach real fast, like you like just dip your head in the water and come out. You know what I'm saying? Like so. With that being said, you know what I mean. We like you gotta the strength the strength comes from being taught the capability. You know what I mean? Understanding that the ancestors was the largest library because they have life experience. No matter if you think their life was right or wrong, they lived in existence. You have to comprehend what this means. So that means whatever they did in their life, they did it for 60, 70, 80, 90 years. No matter whatever you think about the individual, they did it for that many years. Whether they learned something, failed at it, or whatever, it's so much information compiled in that person. You don't respect people enough to understand that the knowledge they have because you get used to seeing their face, right? So you see their face so much, You don't want to dig or access what's inside of them. You don't even talk to them to find out who this person is and what they went through, opposed to opposed to what you think you know about the person from you just being around them. Excuse me. The knowledge is power. Pause for a minute. The knowledge is power. And like we want to go off and study shit so damn much when you got see what's crazy, right? And I be sitting back thinking this shit right here. And I know I was about to start saying something, but this is gonna make what I was about to say more. It's gonna make it more make sense. What's crazy is you got people that study you. They live their life to study what you do every waking moment, how you pay your bills, how you take care of your kids, what you eat, where you get your food from, where you go, all of this. But then they take your children and they teach your children what they want them to know. Think about this for a minute. On one side of the field, when you're starting to learn, you're learning from what somebody's giving you. On the other side of the field, people are learning by watching you. That shit is deep. That's real deep. Because unbeknownst to you, everything that's needed to be known is with you. It's within your people. It's in with your ancestors. Because you're going to get it through DNA. The experiences your people get, you're going to get that shit through DNA. It get deep, yo. It get real deep. Like we keep, and we know about the weapons and all that, but to understand the function is to comprehend how it even was accepted. I was watching the brother Khalid talk earlier, and Khalid was like, it's not the fact that we are being oppressed by a situation, it's the fact that we can't comprehend the allowance of letting it take place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you allowed things to take place when you could have been doing something else. And I agree with that. But I also think there's levels of manipulation in that value. I think to the smartest person is the dumbest idiot. Like, you know how a person think, well, if I can just obtain this, everything will be all right. When in fact, it probably was something way greater on a dialed spectrum to the left a little bit, but they couldn't see that because of what they wanted. So they wanted something so much, you couldn't see what you were supposed to do. That doesn't say like they're of what you know. That's just saying your mind is indoctrinated at the moment so much by your own personal values, you can't equate the real reason of what and how you should equate shit, or how you should assess something, or what the circumstance needs to be, whatever. And I think that takes place in all cultures for the most part. And we want to blame this person, that person. Well, the circumstance has to be completed before you can teach somebody what to do. So before, like, and we the first people to be like, yo, we've been here forever. You know what I'm saying? We have. So you can't be mad at other situations that do something that you can understand that's taking place, but you can't stop it. It means you had a part of it. It'll get deep just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it get real deep just like that. But nobody want to take responsibility for anything. You don't want to stand with your brother. You rather watch your brother succeed and then say, hey, that's my brother too. You don't want to motivate your people, you know what I'm saying, to stand up or bring motivation to them or plant seeds in them to help them get where they're going to go because you believe in what they do. You wait for what you believe that they can do to succeed, and then you say, I was always with you. For the most part, it falls in the same circumference of energy when we're supposed to gravitate to one another. Like we'll build with certain people and we'll be in these different sets of energy. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like this will, like it's so common, but we don't never knit the string to put it together to make a force. Like we're afraid. We're afraid to sacrifice, but we constantly want the divine to sacrifice for us. Constantly. You know what I mean? The days of old is gone. I'm gonna do a build on this next sentence I'm about to say in a minute. Because I've been planning to do it for a while, but it kept getting past me or whatever for some reason. But I'm going to make this statement right here before I end this video. Back in the day, homies used to get together, and we'd be in like one living room. It'd be like 6, 7 dudes. And you know what we doing? We'd be smoking, drinking, and building on the knowledge of the day. talking about negatives and positives. I remember being a young dude, like 13, 14, sitting with old heads, some younger heads, some like late teens, some in their early 20s, some in their 30s, their 40s, and they was dropping knowledge, talking about the things that's going on, how the light get bright. Like people don't even know, like back in the day, yo, when we was more in tune to shit, like the sunlight would get bright when we would collectively come together and build on things that was uplifting us as brothers. We call them ciphers. It's before the rapping. Like it ain't was it. It was like rapping was, you know, because rap started whenever it started. But these was real ciphers. This is what niggas used to get in a circle and be talking knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And then you pick up on like somebody say something, you be like, "Yeah, God, I feel you." Da 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 da. You say what you is almost like rapping because you expressing. Shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas don't do that no more. We'll get together like, and everybody they think that what the world put out is the most illest conversation ever. Ain't no real ciphers that exist no more. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna even get no more into that right now because I want to make that a bill. I want to make that a point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna title it ciphers. You know, and I want y'all to share this, share all my shit. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. You see it at the bottom. Subscribe, like, comment. Tell me you don't like it. Tell me you don't like what I'm saying. Tell me you love it. Share it. And if this knowledge is helping you, it's a link at the bottom where you can sow a seed with your boy. Let's keep this thing going. I got plans. I be wanting to say what I want to do. I'll be like, yo, this is what I want. And I catch myself. But I got plans. So support the channel. Y'all see the graphics, right? I be working the graphics in. You know, that's what I do. If you want graphic work, you can easily email me how you want it to look, your pictures and concepts, and I can put you together real quick for a price. Holla at me. NAGA.